Today I'm going to be talking about mold making and casting stuff. So a lot of the video that I shot for this got screwed up, but I still want to talk about a couple major points and point out some of the stuff that went wrong with this recent project where I tried to make a magical portal. And if you are brand new to casting and mold making, I would suggest you check out the SteadyCraftin video that I have linked below that's talking about mold making stuff with the silicone putty. Very easy stuff, very interesting and very effective when you first are starting out. Watch that video if you're brand new. I don't have any fancy directions when it comes to the mold making rubber. Just follow the directions, and visually this is what it kind of looks like when you're kind of pouring it very slowly from a couple inches up to try to get rid of any bubbles left over. You don't want to go crazy when you're stirring it. Just go nice and steady and try not to introduce any air into the mixture. But pouring it from above like that will help limit the bubbles. And what you end up with should look something like this. This is just a simple one-part mold. It's very easy to make a one-part mold with the liquid rubber stuff. So this project, I just wanted to do a simple platform, which I did with the Hearst Arts blocks, and I wanted to have a translucent portal. So I sculpted some portal-esque looking things in green stuff, and made a mold of all of them, and I would decided to try to use the one that looked the best. Now, I had two things working against me. Number one, I think my silicone rubber was a little bit old, so that's no good. You always want to try to, if you're going to do a project like this, buy what you're going to use and don't have stuff like this just sitting around for months and months, because it does go bad. And here's my second big tip for this video. There's a couple different ways you can vibrate your molds after you've pulled your rubber. A lot of people just tap on the thing. I like using a hand drill like this, and you can put it on a piece of cardboard and kind of make the table itself vibrate a little bit. Or you can get a sturdy cardboard box and make the whole little box vibrate, and that will help get the bubbles out of the mold as it dries. Or you can be very, very careful and apply the hand drill right to the mold thing itself. This only works if your mold container is very sturdy. A very light touch is needed if you're going to do it this last method. Just be very careful. And finally, here's my second issue of this craft. I think the epoxy that I chose was not the best tool for this. Usually for such projects, I use the amazing clear resin stuff, and that seems to work okay. This tinted really well. I don't do anything properly. I just add a very small drop of Reaper paint, and I got a very nice looking purplish hue for this. But unfortunately, most of the pieces that I picked out of here completely destroyed the molds. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is one of the few pieces that didn't absolutely destroy the mold when it got released. And unfortunately, my nicest portal, it still had a bunch of the rubber mold in the actual piece, even after I cleaned it off. But I decided enough is enough. I'm not going to mess around with this much anymore. I'm just going to leave these pieces as is. This is what I would consider to be kind of a happy accident. It doesn't look horrible. In fact, the one with the little writing in there, I mean, I don't know if I could have done a much better job keeping the little runes intact, even if I had decided to paint it that way afterwards. So yeah, I mean, this project I think was a success. I needed some sort of arcane portal for an upcoming game, and by golly, I now have two of them. Here's some size comparison with the farmer. As you can see, the portals are a little bit small, but heck, it's good enough to get the job done. So yeah, everything kind of went wrong in this video. I'm not sure if it was because I chose epoxy rather than resin, or if it was just the fact that the mold material was old. I don't know. In any case, I'm sure there's a million other great videos on YouTube that you can suggest cover this topic in a much more professional and successful manner. I already linked SteadyCraftin's video, but feel free to suggest others in the comments below. I may be a fool for trying, but I must bring back my friend.
Have a great day, and as always, thank you for watching the video. you.